Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, just give me 1 second to get my act together here. Mm, just jumped in the pilot seat without no warning. Um. Anyway, yeah, I want to thank the good Lord today for a beautiful day we're having, and thank Melly and Tori and of course Mr. Hall and Jesse and all those that I watch as much as I can of in the morning to get my little day started. And so here, let me say hello to everybody. So thank you for all them. And then there's some like Lisa. Um, I'm not able to share. I'm not able to watch all of some of the videos all the time because lately because I just been so busy. But I just like I said, I will share and like stuff that I've learned to trust, even if I don't agree with completely all of it. Um, so yeah, thanks a lot this morning for your guys' support, prayers, and whatnot. While I was taking that driving test, I ended up taking it at the 911 uh, driving the DMV testing up there in Graham instead of um, in down in on River Road because it was closer and they had an appointment. They're all booked up since this. Oh man, I better go grab my mask since this stuff's been going down. So so thank you for your prayers. That was awesome. I missed I missed three, but the girl was really nice and she says, look, I can get you in as soon as Monday. Just just study that book, which I had my son download the other app, the one I was using, because see what they do on the one that's more adapt, the more mirrors the image of the DMV, the book that you read, which doesn't give you the practice of the study like it does here online. What they'll do online is they'll give you that first few pages, and uh, uh, then they'll ask you to buy the rest of the test. So I'm not. That's why I didn't continue. Otherwise, I'm certain I would have passed it. I'm pretty sure I would have. But it's all right. Uh, I got some more time to study, and so far my brother hasn't texted me on to go down there and help him out. So I'm able to do this. I don't have much. My daughter just reminded me again. I don't have a whole lot of uh, uh, internet time. It'll just. She said if you keep it, at a minimum every day, you'll be fine. You'll be all right. But if you go putting the boots to it, you won't. Okay, let's see. There's a bunch of stuff I want to cover. I really didn't even expect to be here today. Really, as far as I thought, I'd be out there helping finishing up that rockery, pulling all that plastic out and stuff. Um, but yeah, so thanks a lot for your guys' prayers. That's awesome. I feel your guys' prayers. I've never had that happen before. I'm absolutely I don't know, it's amazing how this is all working out for us. Boy, our heavenly Father, Yahweh, Abba, our Creator is just so faithful. When He says, "Man, I and you and me," He ain't kidding. Wow, and faithful to those that diligently seek Him in faith, and that's what I'm finding out. It's that in faith part, and which isn't always the easiest path to walk because it's God. It's not. It just isn't easy. Um, and you don't find there's not a lot of company on that road. Sometimes you find yourself just it's just you and the anointing of the Holy Spirit, and it's becoming but once you got them eyes behind you and that foresight in front of you, you start to see because everybody's in a single file line. They're walking that same path. So when it seems like you're alone, just know that you're not. Know that not only has Yeshua walked your exact same path and some, uh, you know, he's it's that same straight and narrow. So when it seems like you're by yourself and you're alone, just know that there's probably somebody in front of you or right behind you walking that same narrow path. So that's why we sometimes need to take just a little glance and but yeah. So yeah, three questions. So she got me in Monday. She was able because it's booked. That's why I didn't go back down to the River Road school down there, the 911. I would have just went down there and taken that. Oh, let me fix it. This thing's bouncing around like an old. I'm not going to say that. God, I can be terrible sometimes. Yeah, I didn't go back down to River Road because they're everybody's booked up because of all this stuff. Oh, I got to go grab. Like I said, I better go grab my mask real quick. I don't want to get you guys sick. And I'm gonna put this up. Yeah, I just jumped out of the shower, out of the tub. Actually, like I said, I only take showers when I'm getting that mud off me, and then I like to waller around in a clean tub. I just like water. I like it. Plus, it feels good on my aching body. So 3 questions. I'm going back Monday. He's going to download the actual app because they, like I said, they get you just a teaser, just enough. And she laughed too. She said, because she deals with all kinds of people that are just flipping out. There's a room of us. You're going into scheduled time. And then, she got to sit and watch and make sure nobody, and then she see nobody's cheating, everybody's phones up there and stuff. But she's like, yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that I work here, I wouldn't be able to. Don't feel bad. And I said, are you serious? My daughter passed this, and I wasn't trying to. She goes, yeah, some people. She said, but seriously, she says that's just they're just it can be ridiculous. And some of the stuff, man, you're never gonna, you know. Oh, Stephen. Oh, so good morning and thank you so much, man. You guys are awesome, and I'm praying, Tori, about your daughter in whatever situation. There's so much power when you incorporate faith-driven prayer and you diligently seek. He's faithful to those that are because he was faithful. See, that's the thing. That's what they just want to cherry pick and read and do this, and when you really dive in, and again, it's not about being an old thumper because that's not it at all. That would get me. Well, most of those people anyway, when they're trying to pile drive something into your head, it's because they don't even believe this half this crap they're telling you anyway. It's like someone that's going to argue with you about something that they just know is right. Noah. Speaking of Noah, my son was just telling me that completely related, I guess, now because I said Noah. Is that it might have been round because so that's why lifeboats are around. He's watching how it's made right now. I got the curtain open. I can hear it. The little thing, this jingle to how it's made, and I've had to repair my boats. My boats I've different boats I've had, and you got to do it just right. And they were doing that, making some and then I'll get back on track, making some lifeboats. And he said, Dad, did you know that this was just probably 7, 10, well, I've been on probably 10 minutes ago. And I was just thinking that earlier also. when you get when I was devil messing around in Genesis, because I haven't really read Genesis except the other day when the Lord told me to go and open it up and then go to about the about Lucifer the serpent, and then the serpent of old in Revelation. And but he said, the guy is trying to, he believes that the ark is the Noah's ark could have been round, circular, uh because and then they were testing those boats, and he said that's why they make them round for for like the Coast Guard and stuff, and in for rescue round, so that they don't capsize. They're low, and they don't high center of gravity. They don't tip. There's no real stern or starboard. It's just a round. So, and I was like, wow, that makes sense. I don't know why I didn't know that, because I've been out in many, even really, I've been out a lot of boats and rubber rafts that were really, really questionable after I've popped them with a bunch of fish we caught, and I should have known. But anyway, so yeah, that's interesting. Except the guy's having an issue with the wood making it. So I said, well, that's definitely food for thought. So, um, but yeah, and I want to also thank Alex Donut on the donut for all his hard work. And yeah, they've been doing some weird stuff with the internet on all of us, it seems like. And so I share, and I pray. I got you in my prayers, brother. um and we'll meet up. We'll all be meeting up pretty soon. We're getting this stuff rolling. They're trying to shut us down. Yeah, yeah. They're trying to shut us down. Pardon me. I'm gonna just take one little goose at that gander. There you go. Trying to shut us down, but we're not going. We're not going that route. We're No, we are not. So, um, thank you, Alex. And yeah, seriously, Tori, I got you on that. I'm right away. Power in prayer. So, just like Noah's Ark. That's crazy. Faith like potatoes. You were right too about that. About the when you said that, Tori, about them roots. It can be illustrated and used and applied two different ways. It depends on the meaning, and again, boy, I learned just how you can change a whole meaning of something with just where one little God, no, I don't even know what the heck it is, because you know what I'm saying. One, you know, uh, yeah, that's it. I just explanation point, is that it? Um, so you change the you can change the whole thing, and when you don't know, like I didn't know, I didn't know how to. I barely even knew how to read. Now I'm able to comprehend the Bible. What I'm able to. I'm real pretty good. But some stuff like that driving test, it's because they. But I see their little trickery. Those are the ones I know I got right. And oh man, I wasn't gonna ask her, but when she put that little, the that God, what is that? That cell. That's what I had. Those Disney cells. That's what they were called. They were cells. That cell over there to correct it. I was like, well, I want to I want to see which ones I missed, but they won't let you do that. I don't know. I hope Monday I'm gonna pass. That's for sure. I will. I'm gonna have to ask. I'm gonna have to ask. Hey, can I just get one of them? Let me get one of them magic markers. No, I know I'll pass. I'm just gonna hit it home from here till, like, my daughter said, Dad, what are you doing? You only got so much time now. You need to get studying. I go, it's to say that's 4 days. That's days away, but that'll creep up real soon. So yeah, if he okay, so here's the other thing, and then I'll get right back, because I'm gonna get off track for just a second after I stop blowing my own ears out. Uh, Oh, let me get rid of this fool right here. See, when you have a number of an old of a in-law of such, it's they'll send you some of the weird, and I know which ones aren't. You know which ones aren't the slug factory, but they don't like. I told you that's how we used to camp the best outside in old Dewey, Washington is the old slug gate. Slug. Hold on, slug gate. Yeah, I still am trying to get past this cold. I'm gonna sing my way past this dang thing, but I'm not gonna quit kissing my little kiss. KISW. Kiss Weaver. Man, he said if I ever let's quit saying that, Martin. She said, I didn't know Marty had this many friends. And I said, oh, sweetie. Oh, he made friends of his hospitality. People that never would have from other schools and stuff that would have, and a few things happen here and there. But, not, it was usually when you're incorporating alcohol, that's exactly what happens. But believe it or not, it was really kind of neat. So now that I got completely like old Martin, I'm gonna go. Thank you, Alex, Tori. Always got you, Millie. Always, always, always. And I don't know. It's just fun getting having you get to know me, and I've always kind of known you, but still, you might say, well, then what's there to get to know? Oh no, there's plenty, but it's in ways that it's hard to explain. It's like, and again, if you decide not to, you don't have to follow through. That's the beautiful thing about free will. Just soon, remember, it's soon approaching. Um, yeah, it's awesome. I'm just I'm always praying for you, always, always, and doing this. I want you to be able to know this is how I am. This is, of course, I'm maturing in some areas that I need to, but then damn it, I refuse to in others because I don't have to, and so you know, just like it might be one day I might just decide to cut this off because it'll irritate me one one 1 second too long, and that will be it for its whole. That'll be the length of its its story. That'll be it. I had to do something with the long there. Just being a fool. Just a fool for you. I was thinking of this Journey song, but the one who's crying. I don't know, crying now. I think it is. I just don't play a lot of it because I don't want to. I want to make sure that, and that's why I go out of my way. And I would have done that, like I said, from the beginning too. But the Lord had me kind of for myself so I could get and stay on track because it's when you have outside interference and some very unsavory entities at times trying to trip you up, it can make loving um, other people that need it more than I'm able to give it at the time makes it a challenge. So, because everybody, we all need, and that's the thing. The Lord, our Heavenly Father expects us all to love our neighbors, and we can't do that if we don't love Him first, and then them, and then everything's all set. There is no. You want to talk about anti-socialism? Wow, like I said, you just reverse those 10, and there's what it looked like to begin with. But anyway, so I've got to. I'm gonna get so I don't get to let's see. I want to try to get. We're already in 20 minutes, and I want to get past Kelly Stave also a little bit. Ease on down the road. Oh, little Mike, ease on down the road. Yeah, got a bad rap. There's a lot of little stuff. Like, this isn't really on the lineup on the on the list, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Steven. Yes, I love you so much, Steven. I really do, Steve. Oh, my beloved little grasshopper. You know, old elongated, truncated comes in and says, "Man, I got something to smoke with you." And you're like, I don't, I don't smoke, buddy. You go, no, you hit this, you go to the moon. You're like, look, I don't smoke. You said, you got five on this. What do you mean? He says, look, I'm the tax man. Here's the thing. You smoke that joint from that he's not cultivating. That's moon dust right there. What was the other thing now? This was on here. I am gonna add this. I did actually have this on the list, but that one I just had to. Oh, buddy, I love you so much. Yes, he's done so many good things, but they all have. That's what they do. When you stop sniffing the glue and, you know, and that slipper, drop that shoe, even little Mike, he couldn't make that walk. Okay, we've had this talk before. I understand. Sometimes it's all right. You can still go ahead and spin that like a seal on your nose all you want. I love you. The same. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But I just had to let that because I got some of your cast this morning. I always share it, even if I completely don't even agree with 97.3% of it. I think that was a radio station around here sometime. I don't know, but um, oh gosh, had to run him out of where? Ran him where? Didn't run it. The only one running anything of Elon's. This is, you want to talk about a gut feeling. Big Mike, that's who's running anything up in old Muskrat. You said, oh, it's all let's see, what did you God, magic dragon, puff, puff, puff on that damn, here, you got five on it. Just puff, puff it up. The magic dragon, just puff it. You don't read your Bible? You don't you don't pray and ask for, you don't see what's going on? And you may not, because I didn't either, but I was too busy, trying to, save not just my life, but now yours too. Also, because I like you too. Oh, the evergreen state. It just, phew, just right off, just fly away, Forrest. Just fly away. Like a little bird, Forrest. Just like a little bird. Yeah, roll, roll that up. That's old puffing the magic dragon. But when he sells you a golden ticket, just remember that was supposed to happen. You can ask him if you can take your Gatorade cup, your bottle, the one with the big mouth. Oh, Steve, because it's going to be a long long trip, and you better bring your Cheetos and your sunscreen, because it's gonna get warm. Oh, Icarus. Icarus. Mighty, mighty Icarus. Okay, let's see. So let's see what is on the script. Let's see what we did write down. Rat's ass. That's what it was. That's what got this whole thing started. Was the simple when you said it was simply put. I know I love you guys. I can feel it. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, and this is just to my wife. You guys turn your head. No. Someone said, show us your dick. And I was like, all right, I will, but only if she's looking. And then only if she's looking. I would have to know that for sure. Just because I'm not, I'm not. You just play the hand you're dealt, and doing it well. When you're the last thing that you think about, and you really are becoming the love that you are, and of the reflection that you were, the image in which you were manifested in, well, then you start to really appreciate and just seek out the not only the needs and desires and wants of, for the most part, but you just become completely engulfed and fascinated in every aspect and facet of their life. When I listen to her talk, Millie, when I see her, I just want to stare. And I look at, I have been around a lot of women. I've been around a lot of real, real shiny apples, and I've seen you doing that. I've seen, and I've just am in love with you. And like I said, until you give me that 25th, the 20th, the 25th. What is the 25th? I know the 19th. I'm praying for that daughter's birthday also, and Brandy's son, and all of you, June, and Brenda and Deborah, all of you, all of you. I don't. They're not on here. They're just on the tab of my heart, and so many more. Oh, so many more. I love your prayers. So that was it. When you said, "Oh, look at all the good stuff," well, look at all the good stuff the Catholics have done. The Roman the Catholic Church. Look at all the good people that they've done for people like me that was Catholic at one point of that tip of that, you know. Now part of my arsenal sword. That was a tip that I was like, wait a minute, how come I'm at the receiving end of that sword? How come I'm getting the how come I'm getting that? That's the shitty end of that stick there. That's I'm supposed to be yielding and wielding that right there, not being, and that's a twisted stick right there. That's you notice how they only fiddle with boys too. You know why? Because it's sodomy. It's sodomy of the, and then they just corrupt and they use the women. That's why it used to be a He-Man woman haters club, but see, they knew they had to. It's not stupid. It's why it boned out of California. Oh, it's up in, oh, it's, come on. Fuck. It's there. It was there. They go there. They were there. We had to battle there. It's like old Mr. Carrico says. It's a angelic. It's a celestial angelic. It's a battle, all right, for the stars, all right, right here for souls. That's what. That's why it says in there. I noticed it said too. And you don't pick up certain things. You think you would. And some people say, "Well, you think you would." Well, yeah, you think you would, but that's just part of this program, so that some of you would think, "Man, you." Some of you think you would say, because he didn't, maybe I could also. I think I could, and now I would. You want to talk about some pure wood, plumb true. I'm gonna tell you this amazing story about this lumber. It just grew. Move it along, sucker. My son, he's walking by with his. He's been doing pretty good. $800 in that trading. 800 bones in the last. I think last night he did a trade and 800 doubled up on it. So well, you're pretty gutsy, Sonny boy, but that's your stuff. He'll probably be heading back down. He's got the job down there. It's all everything's been slowing down. He does sill coating, and all the striping and stuff for the cold and hot tour emulsion. I used to make that stuff on Rainier years ago, and he was just a wee little lad. I told you that was a dirty ass job. Me and this black dude, him and I ran that whole thing. He was cool. He was cool as all could be, man. Man, that dude could drive that forklift, and he was smashed as could be, man. He never missed a beat. Thank God too, man, because he could have killed me a few times. I climbed in those. They had these big to mix this stuff. These huge silos that they have to lay down, and I'd crawl inside and put ear protection on, eye protection on, and just with the hammer, just hammer all that dried stuff. If somebody left it and it dried out, and you have to hammer all that off, and oh my goodness. You want to talk about? Cause you just climbed through a small little. Oh, it was a mess right there. It was a mess. But somebody had to do it, and I needed the money. So I was right above Skyway, not on the other side of Skyway there with old Roy boy, Grandpa Roy, lived. Right there where Donnie was going to school when I was mixing up that stuff. Boy, God, it would get me black. It'd get into that. Oh, man. But the owner was so cool. I told him I could go. He probably still runs it, or his son does. I go down there and get buckets of that stuff cheap, get a squeegee, and just prep a huge old area and make and do it. That stuff's it's not that hard to do. We used to go around neighborhoods with stencils and spray paint and just try to stay out of trouble and make honest money and knock on people's doors and ask them if they could they'll let us spray paint their address on their sidewalk there, so it was more sure. And then once the neighbors see, then next thing you know, you're doing the whole. But you can't come back at night and steal any of their stuff because that's not going to get you invited to Christmas dinner. So, but yeah, I got completely off track because of rat's ass and all that. Yeah, he's trying to do this and that and that and the other. Look, of course they're gonna say it's the global warming, it's climate change. Yes, climate change is happening because of the stuff that's going on, all the sin. It's greed, it's sin, and it's being dealt with. And you might want to personally make a change, like old little Mike would say. It was a beautiful thing, not to be arrogant, but right. And she knew, and they knew, and right in the mail. And thank you, Mary Lioness Robinette, came right in the mail. That dismissal on that 2015, it was 2014, 2015. Anyway, potato, tomato, right? Dismissed, dropped. It was, I can't remember, with or without prejudice. You know how that works, but it was the one where they don't. They're not going to be thrown into lions den. It's over. They're like, oh, it is not. Now you got him out and they're thrown in. You see what happened? They wanted to mess around. And all that coke, just throw a little bit of that down there. And oh, look at the feet print. Look at all the little, oh, look at the magicians. That's what it is. You're being fooled. Children, you're being fooled. Aren't you reading? Great lying signs and wonders, if it were possible, even deceiving aren't you reading? Aren't you? Is anybody? Q-tip, clean your ears and listen, and then follow directive. Read what's going on. Dragon, Sainton, NASA, wake up. It's okay. I understand. It's that pride and ego. It's gonna get you. It got him. It got it. And remember, it says right in there, created above all the creatures. And what do we have? We have dominion over what? All the creatures, all the animals, everything born of what? Water. Everything born of water Everything born of water. Nobody taught. I didn't sit in on a sermon. I never went to any church, not one service when I was in Wally World, because the Lord told me not. And there was Adventists and all that, and they passed out thousands of dollars worth of stuff on Christmas. And they did it when I was there back in 90 and 92. That's what touched my heart way back then. And that's when I went with Tammy, with the baby, Donnie, who's now sitting right here. He's not a baby anymore. Thank God I had to step back, and so he could, otherwise I'd still be carrying him around. He vouched for me, that Adventist in South Haven, Bangor. So now, not all of them are coach, you guys. Not even close. Now, some of them, oh yeah, they just, oh God, I've heard some stuff from some of them. I'm like, are you serious? You actually believe that? Are you, oh man. Whew. But you don't have enough, because they've been through seminary school. They got all the doctorates on the, they're the shiznizzle, there's that old Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Can you believe that? We're going to get off track. Yeah. Don't be fooling all the people with magic. That's what they do. And it's really, really poor magic. It's really, really, really cheap magic. Once you start becoming that reflection, it's not like it can't look. It's like Medusa. It can't look in. It can't even look in your direction. You haven't realized that yet. It's literally, why don't you think it has gotten rid of us? Look, I'm in the tub. I got my truck's running for almost 2 hours. Just sitting out there. It's old Nephilim or Rephaim or whatever they're called. I don't even know. But I'll tell you, I've had some crazy experiences with those lights and all that stuff. Oh, yeah. Call us whatever you want to. I don't know. They've never called me. Whatever. I'm just going to tell you what I experienced. That's all I can do. And you can make out whatever you want. That's how it's supposed to work. We make out however we should, this is our walk, and we should be doing it harmoniously and not in division, despite the color or anything. Even like she said, our sexual preference. I know what the Bible says about homosexuality. I couldn't even be aroused to do that. And I'm not saying that just to save, out of pride and ego or just shame, like most of these people are with this NASA stuff. Yeah, all them, could they act, all those people? Yeah, that's how they create all of it. With they use your energy, they use your intelligence, and they compartmentalize it all to the point where, and then they feed you just the right amount of lies and truth, and they divide just a right amount of it. It's it'll cannibalize itself, just like it did that story of ours. It's exactly what it does. It didn't hurt me. It was eating itself, not me. It was what it did. It was just my story, in which I have just completely have rose above, and now have gained glory because of, and am able to free the prisoners of those that are bound by that same lie. Because the truth shall make you free from what? Death. And death, where is your sting? Where is it? Well, the Spirit testifies every evangelist now present. And that's really what we are. We're epistles. We're open books. And the books were opened. Who was the first one? On the first day of the week, to be seen by Yeshua, Christ the Messiah. Who? I say, who do you think you're fooling? Who was it? It was Mary. With instruction from the King of Kings to go and, right? Remember what he said? It's not good for man to be alone. But yet here we have this, we got women now higher and mightier than men, which that's not the case at all. Believe me, you're going to get slapped up and you have a real rude awakening. And those that are chauvinistic pigs on the men's side, which most of them are just meow men now. We don't even have hardly any of them anymore anyway. The most of them are just, they're all just completely just, they're desensitized with, oh mother may I, you know. Just, I'll just go ahead and dial it up. You want your delivery pizza real quick, sweetheart, baby? Here you go. I'll just go whack, hack and pack and spank Frank real quick, and then there you go. We'll just be along, get on with our day when there ain't nowhere to go. Next thing you know, you're just you talk about. I just thought of Tori when I went, Uh, before you know it, you're just you just old dum dum, old dum dum. That was pretty good too. Talking about underground dum dum. Oh dum dum. Red fox. Red fox. You big dummy. You guys are just, you dumb dumb. Dumb. Wake up. Remember, the 5 foolish of the 10 virgins had oil in their lamps. Nobody ever taught me that. I didn't go to one of them. Wasn't led to. Wasn't that I'm hired. I just wasn't going to get up underneath that and sit and have to, because there was things that had to be done and are still, and it's still happening. I believe those impressions are still there, you know. And I don't want to be a flick snitch, but I'm gonna tell you, one day, these three huge monsters of dudes, of men. There are a lot of them. But, people. There's a lot of people, so you keep to yourself. And everybody had their own little car that they were in, But then if stuff happened, then there's only a couple cars then. And you were either in them or you were under them. So, yeah, uh, there was this three incredibly huge monster men that decided to roll a snowball. This enormous snowball. Of course, it had to start somewhere, right? And it ended up getting so big that, or maybe they just stopped rolling it, but it was pretty big. It was pretty big. Matter of fact, the couple little class clown little fairy dust, uh, you know, let's just say they definitely were wearing their boots. They were jumping on it and stuff, and they were making like a little ladder to get up on it and stuff, making their own, but not even near as big as this one here. As I'm walking, keeping the snow off the trail that's now completely a good 6 inches into the earth, perfect straight lines. You could see them from the aerial. You'd be able to see them. They had good shots of them. You could see them. Everybody could. Like I said, I walked that whole yard, and I kept kept it from touching the track, where a lot of stuff that I didn't want, that that soil, or that my those tracks, or anybody to have to be attached to. So they were like a perfect, just one, two, three, and spaced almost exactly. And the really amazing part about it is, was, and will forever be, is that they actually had a little, almost like my crosses. It's, yeah, yeah, and it was like somebody had taken a four-wheeler on, just, of course there was three, so that just on two of them, and then the third one. And how that happened, I don't know. It just, when I walked up and down with the one for so long, praying, and and talking to people that would come out once in a while, and then I'd go to the phone once in a great while and give a transmission, and then back out to that yard. Then Lord said, now do another one. And so I never had planned to doing three like that. It just happened. A lot of amazing things happened out on that yard. A lot of amazing things are probably still happening. I'd like to believe, just like I'd like to believe about Millie getting that mail. It's not a guilt trip. It's just that's just what I that's what the Lord would have had me believe. And it's not what a fool believes. That's why I don't play that stuff like from Michael McDonald. That's why I don't do that. I like that stuff. I like that music because it brings me back. Even though that time was really, really confusing, the Lord showed me that He was there then in the music. He was there, and I was there. I was there also because He was there. See, I and Him, He and me. We were all there together, and so I'm able to go back there. I'm able to, and I am. It's amazing. That's what makes me want to weep more than anything. And a lot of people say, how can you doesn't that bother you? Yeah, it used to, but not it just I can't anymore. I wouldn't be able to do this. What makes me weep is when I see somebody that truly is loving someone else despite their differences. It doesn't mean you have to bad company corrupts good character, yes. But once you they see that love in you and that non-judgmental uh, keeping tracks of wrongs and just genuine sincerity, then they'll know then the fruit in which they sampled was some fruit that they themselves could propagate and cultivate and ask our heavenly creator to prune. And that's the thing, it's not always a negative thing. That's why I say reaping what we sow. Oh, I'm so today I can gladly say without pride and ego. And that's what's keeping you guys in this. A lot of you. I can proudly with righteous pride say with dignity, only given by the suffering and 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 resurrection of our and it's happening through us. That's the only way I'd be able to say this. That's the only way is give thanks. And she said it. Tori said it also. She said it today. She says, she's thankful, and that's it. And when we give thanks to the one that gives us the reason to be thankful, when you realize that, and your heart, when you pour your heart's poured out, He knows that. He knows. And it inspires us all. That's why we're to inspire one another. And yeah, I'm busy. And like I said, we got to make time to find time. And it's difficult. There's so many people. And that's why it's trying to shut us down. Because we're not all having a good day every day. It's a challenge, and it's making it more of a challenge because it knows that if someone else can see that light lit in you, that it will go and seek that oil that's through free will. And that little sparky, it'll just combust, and then there it is. Next thing you know, someone else going to go, "What's up with this fool? What's up with her?" There it is. Now you're starting to see that the now to I come to fulfill. The cup floweth over. I come to fulfill. So now there's that other half of faith. We hope for something. Can you imagine hoping that everybody gets the message, but knowing that his time was short himself and that he was leaving himself and greater things than these we shall do through those that are going to suffer and experience some things? Yes, it's people they sell this lie that's if they can get you to sucked into the lie that there is no God, and then once you start to realize that, wait a minute, there is, and this all is just a bunch of crap that you've been feeding me, and very intricately shitload of crap. Excuse my language. Very intricate. Psychotic, very psychotic. Been programming you since, since Sulu. It's all been programming. They've been programming all of us. Well, not all of us, but a lot of us have been done sniffing that testers a long time ago. We grew out of that shit long before they made it to where it wasn't toxic. We just figured, there's a better high. And truth is it. When you start to become that which you were created in the image of, then you start to go, wait a minute. And it'll start to repel itself away from you, and you'll go, wait a minute. Why would you be so? Why is what I'm saying so? Why would you try to discredit, just like Mr. L said? Why? Why wouldn't you let somebody just be able, why wouldn't you let them just say, and what is what they're, see, that's the deal. You hear all this crap all the time, and it gains all this false traction, but you get one deal in there that might go, that gets somebody to think, wait a second, that kind of makes some, and all of a sudden they start shutting it down, and then look at the energy they go to discrediting it. That's what they do. But what's really going to kill it more than anything for a lot of individuals is the pride and ego. The pride, they're going to say, there's no way. I've been, look what I've promoted. And that's, like I said yesterday, I've been on the same thing, on that same old shark baby. Same old shark. Now you got to become the orca. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you know how they, oh, what would happen between a tiger and a lion? Well, I'll tell you what would happen between a great white and an orca. And you believe me, they're not even close to it's they're not even they're those orcas are way smarter. There's not even it doesn't matter how many teeth. That you wouldn't want that. That's a bad match right there. Bad match. Matter of fact, you'll even see them. Of course, I've seen. There's even, and I don't go looking, but I know that there are some that are diseased and stuff that they can be overtaken by it. Makos and different types of tigers mostly, and some great whites, but not when. And then the nice thing about orcas too, they're so intelligent. They don't eat the humans, but they'll eat a seal and a sea lion. They'll eat them. So while we're destroying all that, well, anyway, I don't get it because then I won't get it, make it past. Won't be getting it past 46, 40, 47. So yeah, don't, and it's all right. It's not even a mocking. It's okay. I believed some stuff too myself. Because I don't even have a GED. Of course, you're gonna believe. Just what a fool believes. And all I was trying to do is just, I was like, wow, I'm in love with somebody that's, because I didn't even care. I'm gonna say that again. I didn't want to care. I didn't want to care. I wanted to get my stuff together, and I was seeing it happening because I was making the right moves, and the Lord was blessing me. But I had to get some self-worth enough to actually believe, wow, and then I just started seeing, and I was like, wow, there is a God, and he had his hand on me the whole time, and he starts showing me all the stuff from the past, and then he said, okay, now that you're being faithful, trustworthy, and true, now I'm going to start entrusting you with a bunch of information and knowledge and abilities to do stuff that, and wake other people up so that they can just enlighten and sharpen their own instincts and senses. That's all this is. We got senses for a reason. They're just going to get heightened. They keep saying gut feeling, gut feeling. That's what you got to go with. You got to go with your gut feeling. When you pray and you're in tune and you're in line with that plumb line, man, you walk true. You're doing stuff, and people are like, wow. And you'll see them. They'll see it before they're going to want to hear it because they've heard all that crap before. That's what people do. They don't want a relationship with their creator. They know, and everybody's there. They all know. And if they're word caveman, and that's like Carrico said with confidence, I don't know, because he's comfortable in what he knows. Because he already knows. Him and Miss Donna they know where they're going. Isn't that nice? When I hear Miss Donna Miss Donna Carico. I think of your Royal Highness, Donna, my beloved friend in California. Oh, I got such a miracle to tell you about that too. I kind of flick snitched it a little bit. I couldn't help it. They got us cooped up, honey. Look, they got us inside, and what did we do? They got us wanting to do stuff, and I'm just gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna keep rolling with the change, just turning the pages. If you want some changes, turn some pages. That Ario, oh Ario, they have a few good. And look, they just keep rolling too. Just keep it. They just keep rolling. So anyway, now that I got completely elongated off the track, I'm gonna go and get me a Tesla. I don't care what their fact figures, charts, and statistics. Who cares? Who cares what he was talking about way back when? Oh man, if he only had. I want to be a real boy. I- oh gosh, are you serious, Pinocchio? Oh come, Allah, 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 all. Are you serious? Oh boy, if I would have got my hands down there, Jesus, she would have had to kick my butt. It was cute too. It was cute. It was tall though. It was tall. It's tall. It's all right, man. But when you go fooling a fool like me that just wanted to, so I can kiss you anytime I want, KISW, Seattle's best rock, 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 rock. Mm-hmm. It's exactly what it was. Some of them shirts, God, I was surprised I didn't find one in the bottom of that bag, one of those bags. People hung on to them. They wore them till the just threads were just, there was they were hanging like Miss Hall would have not been able to put one on one of her hangers for sure. Oh God, I love you people so much. I just love you all so much, and Mr. L and Mr. L, Mr. L, Mr. L. Hi, Ducky boy. It's my Ducky boy. Ooh, Jackie Blue. Yeah, I hate Brandy. I don't know what that. Well, yeah, you're gonna. Well, Brandy. Well, it was actually Karen over here that was in that my. But it was brand. It was trying to brand his mind. Ah, it was trying to brand his mind. La 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 la. He has a little thing he does, and yeah. So yeah, Brandy. She was trying to get him, but I knew it when I seen it in her eyes. And he was like, we went rounds, me and that kid, because he was renting that when I took that picture. You see it on my Facebook where he had his little truck he rolled, because he'd go 4x and all over. Had a little anarchy thing on it. And took a picture of my. I don't know if you see it. It might still be on my Facebook. I don't go looking on my Facebook. I haven't looked on any. I haven't looked at any of all of my pictures on Facebook for years because I don't do that. I don't go rewatch my videos. I don't go rewatch other videos over and over unless I'm led to. That's it. And those are very, 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 very rarely. And I don't eat rare meat unless it, as I know, so Stewart's grass fed, and it's got to be. I don't even like rare. I don't like it. I like it, I like it done. I don't blood. Life's in the blood. That thing's got to be cooked. It's got to be cooked, Mrs. Hammond. Mrs. Reggie Hammond. Um. So let's see. Where are we? Where were we? We were at Stuart Anderson's. We were at Les Schwab. They did. They would give you meat. They would give you a nice bunch of meat there because they were robbing you for all the work they were doing. They were jacking the price up so much. I gotta go get some cafe. I'm under an hour. Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. Oh, JP Patches. Ooga shaka. Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. I'm gonna go grab some coffee. Stick with me, and I shall return with a bag of goods. Pecker Woods. Oh, cracker. Yo, crackers. Wait a second. Just one moment. They always do this shit. This NASA. Right when I'm talking, right when I'm shiitakeing, right when I'm whipping up a little batch, honey. Oh, you'll love. Oh, I so enjoy mushrooms. I so enjoy fried mushrooms and some real grass-fed grass. Just some good ass butter. I just want good butter, grass-fed, some good Irish grass-fed butter from not my mother, but from the udder. I'll be right back. You know the udder, and I'll hang this one right here and put this one over here to my wife. Oh, I want to just tear you up. He wants out, Don. Yeah, I'll let him in. You left him out yesterday, sucker. Testing. Yeah, all I need now is a licorice dispenser and the pacer, right? Isn't it Wayne's World? He said instead you want to get back to Roy's World instead of Wayne's World. I said, yeah, we're just funny boy, because he left the dog out when he went to go get the baby from daycare, and I told you, and I knew it, and so he said, "Don't you leave him out." Oh, he knows I won't leave him out, but he's trying to be a funny boy. But I won't leave him out because that dog and I. You want to talk about Aquaman? So I don't. He said, "Don't you wave at them. They're not your friends." I said, "Well, I thought I was feeding." Is this the good? Yeah, that's the good one. Okay. All right, people. You know what? There we go. Ah, man, I didn't want to. There we go. All right, so there. I'm gonna try to drink this. This is straight gack. This is gack from way back right here. This is some coffee. I just brewed me up some coffee. You know, She says I'm going to be out over in like a few days. Now I don't know if I'm now. Normally I would have panicked a little bit because I'm literally having that much. I'm enjoying myself on here so much. You know, loving you guys up so much, and just spending some good eternal time. Right, just gathering flocks for for our king restorator, so we can just get that old kilchers just to get it just rolling. But I have so much fun that I don't know if I should panic a little, a little bit that I'm not gonna be able to do this for a minute. Just for a minute. I know that we're on our way. You see, this would and I don't like to woulda, shoulda, coulda. I don't like doing that because I do know some things that and if I dwelled on them, it would it wouldn't help me or you or anybody. It wouldn't it's not beneficial, and that's not what that's about, right? Some things are little glimpses, but sometimes, gosh, I just man, you just you I'm seeing take that one out. You ever seen them that go all the way across? You know what they're in segments. My brother used to have one. There must have been what, 7 of them up there. Little. Oh, there was no blind spot, but whew, tell you what. So yeah, rat's ass, buddy. Back to that because I just completely I get sometimes I just get off the and this is what I have to do when this gets focused in because I can see better now. My eyes are I can see, but even though they're better than that, when I go to looking at this, I'm going to pull that down because I feel like need I owe you, and if I don't get your approval, then it's gonna. And I'm not talking about you, sweetie, because I love you, and I go out of my way to and like I said, I don't like going backward, and I won't, but sometimes he just has me just lighten up on back then because just for myself so I could focus on other things. Like I said, if I was to know like all the stuff Mr. Carrico and Pounders and Hall and Miss Hall and even Dan and all them, because I know what I know, you know, and it's a perpetual thing. It's beautiful, but you can't know everything. You just we will soon enough. That's what got Ding Dong in trouble. That's why he's out there trying to get you guys to suck on sodomite softballs, teabagging, the toaster toe jam touch off. Your body is a wonderland. Because there's some weird crap going on. If you knew what was really going on the bottom of that, underneath that, oh God, you guys would be, and you will. It's just you would not be going there anymore for anything. But it's it's all they got it. They're like little moles. They're all so yeah. Don't go on that track record. Oh, he's this, he's that, he's that, he's this. Yeah, 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 yeah. They do that. Have you been axle greased yet? Have you been they're all smoking the same dope. They're all smoking the same. He's like, hey Strawberry, can you give me some smoke? Smoke? Yeah, I can get you some smoke. You want some smoke? But yeah, so I put them on so and I get off track. But it really isn't off track, because you can't really stop a steaming locomotive. You just gets closer to its destination. So roll it up. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I want to also, John Hall. You're right about um, those. Those little those lawn darts. Um, because they're going right in old dust to dust. Um, I, I've seen it. I seen it. I see it, and I'm I watched it. I want so bad. I will once I get to a safe out of striking range. I'm gonna tell you. uh, because people, please, like he said, please don't. No, 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 no. Don't let him stick you with anything, please. Please, please, please. And I don't beg, but man, that's a talk about sackcloth and ashes. I will bag up and for you any day over that. Oh, I wouldn't let him teabag me. Look, I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Oh no, I won't do that. They want to freakify you, people. That's what they want to do. They want to freakify you. So there's nothing for our heavenly creator to reflect upon. Lavender, he has that lavender farm, and I just put that together. The Lord said, "Yeah, son. I was trying to get you to pick that up, but I'm like, well, hell, look, we wrestle. Me and Yahweh, we wrestle, boy. Jehovah, Jireh, Yahweh, Nisha, however you want to, our banner, our provider, however you want to, because he's all that. He's our, there's that banner. That's how people know, oh, that's something. Wow, who's providing? Oh, that banner. That's who's providing. Ah, I see. That's why they. Oh, this plum. Oh, I see. This really does. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to try that out instead of just taxing the rich to taxing the poor to feed the rich, and all you're doing is muskrat and moon cheese mining operation. It's all you're doing. It's sad. It's so 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 sad, and it's like a lotus right up your butt, because that's where it would grow. I know that's sick and sad, but that's where it would. They just love to mock. They love to, and you could sit for 7 days of perfection straight, and you could just connect the oh, man. And I get astrology and astronomy mixed up also, just like some of the other things I get, they just get them mixed up. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. She said to leave it to me. um but yeah, um that's it. And then laughing as it spreads its wings. Oh, and then shows you. And I didn't watch that, but I easily could have told you that, which Tori was showing us. And then I think the next day, I believe, on Casey's deal with the Lotus and the space sprocket. I've been up there. I was up there. Like I said, it was what, 35, $40 for a burger, and then if you was able to take your time long enough, that thing would rotate once, just like the just like everything else has its own little heavenly luminaries and the angels that govern over their movement. And some, it would have seemed, and even wouldn't move at all, or move in out of order. So, and some cast, like he said, cast, but it was created. So how is that able to, as it swept a third of the stars with it? With its tail. Huh. So again, don't have to have, I don't know. When you're able to do that, and then because then if you can do that comfortably, say I don't know, and because then you're comfortable in what you do know, and that could come in, that could come in 5 seconds. Then I like 7 better. Well, it's between 3 and 7. 5 seconds it could come, or you may never get it until you get it, and you're all clothed in. It'll just go over you like that because it ain't gonna have a seam. It's just gonna that linen. You're gonna be clothed in complete righteousness. In this, I'm gonna get me a linen. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna see what it's like. So yeah, lavender, nard, as it were, nard, and I think I think it's considered something else too. You big dummy. Yeah, here's the thing. There's more proof in them mocking you if you just use your senses and just put a put the arrogance down and just pick up and just gargoyle. Get some paper. Make sure you recycle. Never throw used motor oil down the drain. Ever. And you just go ahead and look at all the mockings that it does. Just ask the Lord. Just seek, knock, and ask. Just please, just go ahead and humor yourself, so that you can spare yourself. Because look, if you can't laugh at yourself while we're laughing at you, then you might as well laugh. Because a person that's being laughed at, if he's not in his right mind and his heart's not well, then you might want to start laughing, because you're getting laughed at. You're going to be laughed at. You're going to get mocked. So sometimes that pruning, and I don't mean it in a mean, cackling hyena kind of way, but in a like like our beloved Tor on Tor says, huh. It's just so inviting. She's just good at what she does, and sincere. You can tell that, very sincere. And I so love her. I do. And I very much love Millie. All of you. I love all you family. All you, it's increasing, and people are telling this story, and they're, even if it doesn't show. So yeah, just go ahead and you calculate all the little, and then just after you're done, like Walter Nagunst called him Heat Wave, Wild Child. The one that the guards would toss our house over and stuff. He wanted the wallpaper. He had that locker box almost full of majors, and but in the process, it got our house tossed. When you get all your little room that you're living in, because of the stuff you've been the lies you've been living in, because you've been living in because you've been paying for that structure, that's been securing your rest, as you've been crawling under it, and putting your faith. Instead, everybody just says, I'm done paying my taxes. I'm done. What are they going to do? What would they do? What would they do if they said, I'm done paying you? We're done paying you. We're done paying you people anything. Matter of fact, you're going to give us all that, everybody, all at one time. That's what they would do. They would say, we're done. They would start taking orders from now see, that could happen. I don't know if it will. I don't even know if that's just saying. So yeah, you've been paying for your own lobotomies, people. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. You leaving the world, you're digging for gold. But someday I can't stand that song. I can't stand. Oh, baby girl. That pissed me off a little bit, but I couldn't blame you because and in a way, it's kind of your own fault. Yes, because you just call and say, "Hey, listen. Here's the thing. If you, I would never, ever, 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 ever encourage anybody to ever drink alcohol. Ever. The Bible does say if you're, you know, it's a special occasion if you're going through some real, but it doesn't mean you're on the sauce all the time. Now, people that have an issue with it probably might not be the best idea. And then once we get down a little bit further, I'll tell you what I think might be, but I'm not going to go there right now. Uh, but if, a glass of wine and call and say, hey, check this out. Yeah. Then, but like I said, we have a time frame and I know I heard you. I hear you loud and clear. I hear you, but we have to speak before I'm actually going there. I mean, and once we did that, like I said, I would have stood right out our window. I already had it all figured out, mapped out. I already had the damn place where they go eat granola, the damn bridge, the intersection, the fool's walking, the deal, and the window, and the height, and the whole. I had it all figured. I would have stand right there like a damn little dove. I'd have found out what when I said, "Man, I got the salmon. Hurry up, open up. I got the stuff. Let me in." Dave's not here. No, open up. It's me. It's Dave. Open up. I got the stuff. Oh, I can feel your guys' prayers now. Woo wee, man! And I'm just burning through this. Dang it! Now it's starting to hit me. It's starting to hit me, people. Oh, it's going to be a big one. Here I come. Oh, here I come, coming to see you. What was her name? I forgot. Oh, oh, jeez. Oh, Wheezy. Oh, Wheezy. Yeah, I think it was Wheezy. I'm coming to see you, Wheezy. That was that's what it was. It was Wheezy. The 20th. Why did I say 25th? I should know my birthday. I never celebrate my birthday. I probably didn't feel like I deserved it. I'm almost certain that's what it was. No more though. It's how you celebrate it, right? Yeah, yeah. Christmas might be another thing, but then I'll go ahead and I'll sneak around and I'll do it sneaky and I'll find another way to bring that same spirit to my and I'm not talking about the spirit of Christmas. I'm talking about the spirit of love and unity every single day. We'll have a damn pine tree. They go, damn it, that's paganism. I know. I can see that now. People say, well, you should have known that. Well, maybe I should have. But that was a special time that me and Fred had because he was that thread that kept it together. It's so much I could be saying about him that I haven't even said. I've forgotten more than I've told you. And when you fools, out of love, go ahead and write down everything that all this mocking they're doing and put two and two together. Oh, they forced him out of California. Are you an idiot? Really? Oh, I know dildos that sound smarter than that. And I say that with all due respect, and I mean that with, dummies, because that's what they are. They're just big, mindless dummies. And that can desensitize the women also. So don't get all you guys if you're, because like I said, you're starting to figure out, that it's a case by case basis. But if you're married to your husband and he happens to be abroad and you're trying and you're doing that and you guys got a fucking movie night, hey man, Keep your eyes on your own paper. You're going to get an A, I'm sure, an A plus. You're going to have an eternity to sit and post that one on the refrigerator there. You're going to be able to sit and gaze at that gander. Boy, you're going to look at that one and go, you see that right there? Yeah, it's right. Now, I know you should sustain, let nature take its course, and that does happen many, 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 many times over the past so many years. Oh, my goodness. I thought, well, Father, I thought I was too young, older. He's like, oh, son, you're so funny. You make jokes, you do, huh? Quit now. She used to say, quit now. I'd say, no. Don't you have a ball game to go watch? Oh, people, don't do that to me, honey. I have a lot to catch up on. It's been a long train ride, and then the plane. But I did get to pray over him. I knew he had a good heart. I could tell he had a good heart there in the airport. I could feel it. There was a lot going on that you didn't know about in that airport. Also, a lot going on. Lot going on. Mm-hmm. A lot trying to trip me up. A lot of snares being laid for old little Donnie Steen. Yep, trying to trip up this little hippie who was on a trippy to go see my Millie for my little filly. I don't mean it like that. That cup floweth over, Phil. I come to fulfill, honey, Millie, to fulfill it. Oh, honey, I wish you could see me in a better way. You will, and just because this makes me look funny. The closer I get, I start looking more like myself. But the further I get away, it's like a fisheye lens or something. It's kind of fishy. It stinks. But baby, I love you so. I don't know. I know it's crazy, isn't it? Isn't it nuts? I know. I thought the same thing. Don't think I tried to throw in that tail and pass that buck and kick that old cup down the road a long time ago when it was concerning you. I thought it was he was slick about how he was trying to have me hook up with you. The whole axle grease and all that, because it knew too that it wasn't trying to. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just hire people this. Then I was like, oh, and that's it. I'll go ahead and put it out because I just got shanghaied on this, so I'll go ahead and I can put it out on. Oh yeah, it was pulling my little weenie, is what it was doing. And no, never would I defile. No, I had given my life to the one that all seeing. Want to talk about the all-seeing eye? Well, we are that all-seeing eye. By everything we do is being recorded. He doesn't even have to. Like he's got too many angels and too much going on. To and fro, they go to and fro. There's so much going on. You wouldn't even believe it until you actually believe it, and then you're gonna see it. All right, and you're gonna have taken those glasses off and then put those so bright you got to wear shades, and then once you're clothed in, those shades are gone. You're gonna see everything, and you're gonna be like, "Whoa, that's wild! This, and this, all that." Anyway, so that's what I wrote. I wrote it. Alex, thank you so much on Donut. Donut, I think Donut is Donut. I know he goes by Donut. I just started watching him a while ago. Lord led me to cast out down stars fall. Let's see. Oh, people, do you see what's happening now with the UFOs? It's all I know. You remember Great Line Signs and Wonders? They've been working it all up. It's part of the Great Deception. It's all part of it. There is no aliens. They're demonic. And just like he said, they'll make it look like it because they want your head out of there. If they can have your head thinking that, well, maybe, just maybe, oh, and then the advanced, uh, alien race, this, this, probably should quit. I'm in mixed company. Quit picking your toes. That's rude, Roy. Um, yeah, that we come from some advanced alien race, where some, uh, but for you, well, either you're, you're, create, you've spawned out of primordial soup, this soup, this, or the Big Bang, or it's alien. Which one is it? Of course, we already know because we know, and counting. But that's the thing. This stuff that I'm here because I don't go and watch that. Don't go for that. That's the biggest hoax there is. Once you s- once you start seeing, and you should just add that to the list of shit. Is the UFOs? All that's a crock. It's all a crock. I've seen stuff myself. It's all just there. It's either illusion. It's either advanced technology. That's what the Lord said immediately. I said, well, please don't leave me hanging for this one because I've come to the point where I have so much faith, and that's why I'm sitting. That's where we're going, because that's why I'm where I'm at, and where I'm going is because of where I've been, and all of it together is he's allowing, he's just and humbly. So that's it. It's just a big. He said it's either this is all you need to know. It's high tech craft or advanced. It's a demonic entities. That's all you need to know. Ain't coming from, and it don't matter. Sure, there might be. I found stuff that looks like it might have fell through something, but I don't know. I didn't see it, and I've seen a lot of shooting star. I've seen a lot of stuff, and I've picked up a lot of stuff. So, but again, I don't know. Some of that, I don't. Maybe those are. Maybe that's what they're made up of. I don't know that they're able to try. I haven't. I'm not. Again, I'm not sure. But I do know that about that big O because I seen a craft too. I seen a craft. My biological father right down here in Frederickson when lived right behind Roadhouse and was very good friends with all these people here in Graham, South Hill. Uh, you could, like I said, you could call the Roadhouse right now, and oh, Roy, yeah, because a lot of those bartenders are still there. Or you could call the Julie Mays or Julie Mays, Ma's place. That's right on South Hill. They all knew because he was, when he wasn't drinking, he was behind the counter fixing something because that's what kind of guy he was, and they trusted him like that. But he's seen something, is my point, right there by Frederickson. Well, there's a new Boeing thing right by Frederickson, so and it moved very stealthy. It hovered. It was hovering. It got me to pull my vehicle over and get out of my vehicle and start. And then I seen something that looked like it was docked up against the moon. But I know what the moon is now. And then I've seen stuff just in northern. I've seen stuff in the sky that are traveling extremely fast. So yeah, there's stuff. It's just they're on this side of the firmament. If you read Genesis, you'll see there ain't nothing on the other side of there but water and the throne of our heavenly King. That's why it's blue. Put water in a glass. It's not blue, people. It's not blue. Never was blue. But it looks blue from their CG their well it has to be. Now that I agree with that. They're just and you got Bill Nye. Well, we're in a fixed system. We're not going. They don't because they want to confuse you. Hold on, I got to go let that dog in. Remember, he scratched once. That means he wants in. if he would have scratched twice, then I would have been in trouble. It's one thing we taught him not to jump on that door because the owners, they live here on the property now, and that big dog would have tore that this trailer door up jumping on that like that. So we've taught him just to give a little just a little pop, just a little scratchy, little scratcher, and he did. He goes out there and he loves to. He's well. He just turned. He's not very old. You know. He's still not even 3. He loves to play, and he's got. Thank the good Lord. I thank our heavenly Father every day that he's got somewhere to run. You know. And but I just pray that my son just he's gets him a they get a good yard for him. But so yeah, UFOs don't believe it, people. Lie. The biggest one of the biggest, it's part of the big deception. That's what it is. That's the great lying sign and wonder. That's one of it. It's yeah, it's all just a crock. Just a big crock. Which I really enjoy kraut, like I said, on some good. Whew. So now we're at a buck 37 almost. Um Lavender's nard, yeah. So don't go for the aliens, people. It's a crock of crap. It's not. Don't even. Oh, sheesh. And oh, man, they're just and a lot of other stuff they're talking about that's up there. There's no threat from a lot of stuff that they're saying that there's not. Even over there in old Hiroshima and Nagasaki, it's not quite what you might have. No, it's there. Oh, let me go grab a little bit of cafe, just real quick. I will return. Just really, 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 really fast. Had to take a quick puffer so I could run another hour cigarette break, as it were, Tori would say. So anyway, yeah, no UFOs. Don't don't get caught up in that hype, please, people. Like I said, I had just seen some, and it would have appeared because it was hovering over a store, an AM/PM that was out of service, right on 224th there. As I make a left up Meridian, uh, I just did it today. That AM/PM is open, but this was not very long ago, a few years back. Uh, and it was triangular shaped, like a Dorito. Imagine that, like a Dorito. And so yeah, it was, and it hovered. It was like I said, maybe I would say maybe 50, 100 feet across, or so. I couldn't really tell how high, but it had red lights. I couldn't remember if they blinked. I probably should have. You would have thought I would have, if I had just seen something, this anomaly in the sky that's just as defying gravity. Uh, if if that's what we come to believe in, is in gravity, uh, which I'm really don't think there is, if unless they can prove it. But I do observe other, you can measure other, like density and buoyancy and things. But there it was, and of course there's a bunch of traffic, and they're just going about their business, and I'm looking, and I didn't want to get hit, so I took my eyes off it just for a second, and it was gone. It was just gone. So I thought to myself, well, I just seen a damn UFO. That's exactly what I thought to myself. I says, I just seen a UFO. Man, how come none of these other people seen that big old thing in the sky? And on the way home, when I got down to OK Highway out Ording Kapowsin to make my right, uh, which I already know, I'm sure you guys already, and that's great. That's what I want you to do. That's how you have to do it. You see, just like the little elongated head on the lake here, the dump, all of it, DuPont. It's all coming together for a reason. That's how you know it's real. You'll know them by their fruits. You already know. That's why they're trying to keep us from. That's why they want to keep us from each other, Millie, and just us in general as a family, not just because we're always going to be family, Millie, always. So, despite, but God, I'm just waiting soon, please, baby girl, soon. Um, I got to go check the mail too, by the way. Um, so there it was, and I thought these people did not see that. Didn't see that. And then the thing I seen going down to see Your Royal Highness Donna, I was heading down there. I told you I went down and got a bunch of. She, like I said, she just grows it because she likes to grow it. She don't even really smoke it. I don't want to go too far ahead and tell you why, but I mean, she probably did a little bit. She's an old, just a real neat woman, real neat, very in order. Owned her own preschool. Now I'm starting to be a flick snitch, but go to work every day. Had a little farm, ran it all by herself. Just the most active, always on that horse. Get thrown off that horse. I was like, "Are you nuts? Look at the size of that horse." Yeah, just take me some of these. They'll just give me some of these muscle relaxers. I'll be all right. I'm like, Jesus, little tiny little woman, firecracker. Anyway, so yeah, I couldn't believe it. And then now that thing I seen on the in the moon on the way down to see her. I was like, okay, what's up with this now? Something's. And like I said, I got the answer, and then now I already know exactly everything what's going on concerning that about the moon and the whole little dragon and all that, the lotus, all that crap, muskrat, all that crap. Now I know, but back then I didn't. Years ago I didn't. I wasn't. He wasn't gonna make me aware of that because I wouldn't have. We wouldn't be having this conversation right now. I guarantee you that. Uh, much of No, there would have been things would have been all new by now. I'm absolutely certain of it. I know that might sound, but he made that very clear to me. And it's not important whether it's a believable issue or not. I know that, and right, the most important thing right now is that people are waking up. That's the most important thing, is that people are waking up. So they just went to go get the boy. I got a minute, a buck, 46, 46. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to shut it down here in a little bit, but um, yeah, and don't go for that alien thing. And then, I want to brush up a little on the before I head down to California. I want to brush up a little bit before I left because there was some things that happened while I was still on in the DOSA program. Because, like I said, it was the craziest thing that program was in the Center Street DOC office. And to see what are the odds of that, and but there was something I wanted to bring up. I thought, but anyway, I'm just gonna so that I don't get and sputter any time away. I'll just go ahead and pick up. So yeah, Kelly came up and to the shelter because we're Gustafson. Um, um, he he was like, okay, well, and he let me stay there without even paying rent until there was an opening in the shelter because I was catching up on the dang electric bill that was in my name, and she just left to head out, like I said, to Detroit, which they're still her mom's still there. Her other sister, she I told you she married Ali, neat guy, Jamaican fella. Their family's lives over in the Bronx. They moved up to Connecticut now. They got a nice place up there. Uh, and nice little family. No, them for years. They've been together for years. I think he was in the military. He had his little bout with meth there for a little while, but got his crap together and went back home and took her with him and had a couple of children. Beautiful little family now. Um, but so yeah, I she heads off to Detroit and with her mom in Cecilia, and I have this premonition this to go to California. And like I said, my mom's she's just naysaying the whole time, being the Miss Glum. You'll never make it. It rains, and then I found myself even making excuses. Have you ever done that where you've found yourself making excuses? Uh, just so, or even sometimes, even just because you don't, you're just completely just you know what I mean, walking on eggshells, um, to get somebody to not feel a certain way because they're, and I'm not talking about you, Millie, at all. I'm talking about just Hayward, Howard Hayward, just way out to lunch, and you see it that like I said, when those eyes roll, you know there's another one coming in. There's another wave coming in, and you don't know what you're gonna get. You be around long enough, you'll know one of the whatever few the disorder is you'll get. But it's a challenge, and it's just so yeah. But anyway, I don't want to go there. So yeah, I'm about ready. I'm just about ready to get off probation. Um, and I smoked that dang weed. My UA got dirty, and I'm in a mandatory meeting at the Salvation Army there, right down from Old Pinch's Deli. It's right down from Scheibe's, just right across from those houses that I'm going to end up. Remember that cop that ran into that light? Because I'm seeing it right now. That's was that place. That guy, Khan, bought the Khan Lee, bought those houses. One of many. We'll get there soon enough. And then across the street was Sheridan, 527 East Sheridan and Ely. And I put all that together just recently. It just goes on and on. So we're back at that shelter at the Jarvie. It's called the Jarvie. They probably named it after somebody. You know how they do, which is honorable. And they call me out of this mandatory meeting that you have to attend while you're there. Um, and the parents do. And not a big shelter, so there was maybe a dozen of us parents, and the kids were off at school because they had, they go to school. And they said it's your probation officer. And I thought, it's my probation officer. Shit, I was just waiting. Wonder what she wants. And like I said, I've already mentioned it before. She told me, she says, well, but she never, and could have revoked all my, and could have did what they did to poor Brian. So, but his was for a dirty. He told me his was for a dirty meth UA. But so what? He was only 19. That's that's a little excessive if you ask me. But I guess we'll get it. We're working it out. So she ends up. She's actually was in a really good mood and said, well, and I told her where I was going. I told her where I was going. I told her where I was heading. Well, I told everybody where I was going when I found out. About 3 weeks before I left, and then that opening. And Billy was trying to get my son Donnie to stay with her, which I told him it's up to him. And he was going to school there. Like I said, he keeps tabs with a friend. He still lives here. I told him you can do that if you want, but I'm led to go down here, and he's always been with me. He's always went with me, even if I was just heading this. He was there. And he decided, he's like, all right. And like I said, he's really reserved, so he don't say a whole lot. So he just, we were there for not very long, couple weeks. And I met that dude with the van, and the boy, that van was made of weed. I was all like, I couldn't believe it. Well, I was fixing to see some stuff that made that look like a little stroll down memory lane. But so off we went, heading down. I had a little Subaru back then that the axle went out. I never replaced that. And the van, I think the van we ended up somehow they came and got it or something like that. And then I also had a Toyota Corolla too. I think that's what we ended up driving down there because I had my license now, So, but I was driving anyway without it. But now Kelly helped me get my license, so now I had my license, and I'd had it ever since this last little slug sliming. Um, but we're all straight now. We're all straight now. Because, like I said, when they grab your ID and they go to punch that in there, they'll tell you right then. I heard the last guy that went up before me to make his appointment. They said, "Well, you can't. You still gotta." Not to mention, I got the thing in the mail right after I said make that change. It was a beautiful thing, and there it came right there, and I was like, "Wow!" And the Lord said, "Now, don't you be arrogant, or you don't you be." And I said, "No, Father, I'm so thankful." And He said, "Well, there you go, and that's why. And you keep that way. And when you keep that way, fruit keeps real good when it's appreciative." That's right, and you'll be able, and it's just you'll always be a pleasant smell to me, and you'll always be a harmonious. You'll always be that resonancy in my ear, and that apple of my eye. You'll be that in whom I'm well pleased, and that's what you want. You want that reflection because He's gonna gaze in this. He's gonna look. Remember, He said in the beginning, He hovered over the face of the earth. Oh, Stephen, Stephen, Stephen. Oh. Yeah, when it was the four corners of the earth. My foot's on a pedestal right now. Sunk right on into that carpet. Of course, it's just there's no backing in there. It's like the stuff you'd see in a real raunchy motel, but it's okay. It's easy to sweep, and I'm not complaining. I'm heading. I'm getting there. Like my bro said, bro, your family. You've always he's always been that way with me. It's just I've always been the kind of person that even in dysfunction been on my own. I've never lived with other people. Well, I never did ever. And so I never ever 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 liked somebody. I never liked to hear the it's we're here to collect rent. That doesn't happen. That's why I have to get cuz it's just me, Jackie. He's barking cuz he thought someone was knocking. Good boy, Jackie boy. And I know, honey. I know. I know it. Yeah, you're a good boy. He's still just a because he's got to let him know. Yeah, you don't want him getting a hold of you. Whoo, that kid, just like their Connie. They like I said, It's all right now. You can be unless they're back. Oh yeah, I think they might be back. But you don't want them getting a hold of you. Those Connie Corsos. Whew, they have a bite. I think they're stronger than more than a pit bull. Pounds per square inch. Um. Anyway, so I'm just going off now. I'm at 157, but having fun because then you get to know who I am becoming. This is just because if I can just get one, because that's all, and then it's on. That's why they didn't want us to meet. They certainly didn't want this message getting out, but it is anyway. So thank you, Father. Um, and I'm getting closer because I like what I want. I just want to get closer to you guys. Remember when I said I want you guys to see me better because that's it. I just want to see you better too. I want to be able to talk to you people face to face. Some that want to hug, I want to hug, even if you're that tall. Even with old Big Owen, man, I was like hugging his. Good thing he wasn't a little bit taller. It would have been real odd. But I mean them hugs. I even meant that hug. Because he just it's that pride and ego. Pride and ego. You got to let that go, man. If you can't, like I said, laugh. You just can't. It's not gonna. Wow, it doesn't make sense. Laughter is part of love. It really is. You notice how it just wants to smash it out, that laughter deal. So yeah, no UFOs. It's something else. I know what they look. I know there's people that have seen this and that, and the end of their. I've seen stuff too that it's demonic people. That's what it is. That's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with demonic. Like Mr. Carrico says, he's a lot of what he says. Some of it's still I don't know, because I'm still I'm learning too, and I'm only able to receive and retain so much because I have other things and I've got other things I'm focusing on. So I listen, I consider, and I adhere to and take and receive what I do, and then let the rest fall off me. So, but yeah, I seen something different approaching that left Eve. It left different than it, and it says that, and I was like, yeah, yeah, and I read it. I was like, yeah, yeah, like old Beavis and Butthead. He looks like that old Walter on. But yeah, they've been grooming it for a while. All of them. It's all just it's a defilement of our heavenly Father, and because you in your senses, you know also, but it becomes so they just slowly it will slowly work it in, and they'll do it, and they'll do it in a way that you will think, well, why would they do this? Well, look at they're pulling out of there, and they're doing this, and why would they do that? And why would they say that? And why would all this be happening to him then if that was it's all just a big ass act. And I'll tell you what, it's like he said, Carlin, it's a club and you ain't in it, baby. Well, we are the matter. We're not part of this little one world order of anything. That's some disorder. You want to talk about crapping oh man, what a mockery. If look, just I know the idea is great. I was right there with y'all, man. Even the Q thing there for a minute, I thought it was kind of. He's like, my buddy's like, is that right? I said, yeah, because he'd been in a while. He don't know, you know. When they begged him to stop, he said, all right, and they handed him, and he signed a deal. And they did too. Because they were going to put him away anyway, you know. But they used to, like I said, I'm not even but and then just sit there and wait till one shows up, and then they call more and go, look, there's more here, and then he would film them doing that and just mock him. He laughed. He said, really? I said, yeah. I said, some kind of a, because I didn't know what to say. If I don't know too much about it, I'll just say I don't know. I'll just, this is what it appears. You get a positive little, a little movement going with something, and then you just go with it. And if it draws people to their knees and then the Lord will get up in there and do some cleaning, and you'll start seeing things. So if look at Judas did. He tried giving those pieces, wasn't it 30 pieces back? They told him, no, you can go ahead and keep that little alchemy boy, and you can go ahead and try to turn that into a, well, I got the crap into that stick. I'll go sit on that for a while and think about it. And we'll get back to you when we're ready. They're not getting anything. You see, that's the big lie. They really, really, a lot of them believe there's some that they're pulling out. That's the thing. It's just a few. You just need one. It's going to happen anyway, but it's the beautiful thing. It's the biggest triple cross, double, triple dog dare that you've ever seen. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I couldn't have thunk it up better myself. It's just beautiful. And you see them sitting there bowing their heads and praying to their God, their little Luciferian little. And yeah, he's right. It's come something else, left something different. And yes, that ancient serpent of old. Yes, they might be different things. Yes, he's on to something. I'm absolutely certain of it also. Don't have to have the exact order. Someone might say, I got it, and be exactly right. Like I said, so don't beat yourself up. But Satan and the dragon, and oh yeah, that old serpent, they are all of the same camp. And it can look like two sides to you all at once, but the thing is and if they bow their heads, like I said, oh, what a a shame of it's their God even. We laugh, not you, and you if you're not, and we do because it's when we see that, that's why it was just right at the right time. They don't watch it. There it was. It's all up. It's their. It's a and it's being mocked. They're getting nothing. Nothing. Oh, Mikey, sodomite Mike, you're getting nothing now because Big Mike's in the house. Gabriel's not far off, and then we got Nathaniel and Raphael, and then there's another host. Every single grain is numbered and star named, every single one. But when you're the owner of the old, not only the looking glass, and it just loves what it's seeing. It's getting reports. Oh yes, the reflection. It has its father's eyes. Oh, yeah. And in this case, can you imagine reaping what we sow? It's a good thing today. Today, when you hear, you know what, you're going to reap what you sow, you go, you know what? That's exactly what I'm counting on. That's what I have been doing all of this for right here. That's what I've been working for. And like she said, yeah, if it's work, but it's not in that sense. So, thank you so much, uh, Tori, for that. That was always good, and your effort is always. And I'm praying, sweetie. Don't worry. She'll get through that. There are children too, you know. She said that, and I said that. I thought of my little buddy, Robin. There are damn children too, you know. She said with that little lisp, a little cute little girl, Mrs. Doubtfire. See, those are the ones I watch. Those are the ones I watch once a year or so. I'm going to really just screw myself out of this time, guys. Dang it. I'm going to have to run. I'm going to have to just cut them short. I don't want to do that, and then I don't want you to. Oh, man. So, let's see. What now? What now? What now? No, what now? So beautiful up there in Ely. God, I love my Finlander, my Finn people. Okay, so we know that we just know, people. There's no aliens. Those are all just high tech crap. Don't get caught up in the hype. Even if you see something that's gonna blow your mind, and you because it can manifest some pretty weird stuff. Because look what it's been breeding with. Look, just read the books. You see what they. If anybody takes out, if anybody removes, if anybody, it will be blotted out, removed from the. So just remember, I love you, and it'll be alright. Just remember, I love you more than I can say. That's an old one. I don't even know who that is. Just came to mind. Just remember, I love you, and it'll be alright. It was a good old song. I remember that. I remember now. See, that's where he was there for me, right there. They say, "Oh, he's a prince of the era and of music." Oh yeah, but don't think for a minute. Just who do you think created him? Remember, not made. He made the stars. Remember what Carrico said? Created. He created us with a musical mind, also. So I think there's something to that, but you don't have to. You don't have to get yourself all wrapped up in not understanding something you already know, which is you live in the moment, and the future is going to become your expression of faith, and it'll move. Your life will reflect such, and all that stuff, sweetheart. All that stuff you look at. Oh, I can feel that. Woof. You are woo wee, you people. We are just some good folks, aren't we? We're some good folks. I got some real good folks, man. That all that cocaine come in and just tore it up. So I got to stay on track. I want to spend so much time with you people, but if I don't have some self control and, it's just the way it is. Then it's not going to. It's not gonna. I'm not going to be able to get one in every day. And I will. Like I said, I'm probably going to end up having to go down there and do some work when she's ready. She's packing too, like mad. They're trying to get. That should be on. It should be on. Let's see. It's Thursday. Yeah, that should be on next Tuesday. That should be on the market. It'll sell fast. Real estate. They're close to a half a million. And like I said, he's already got that other one buttoned up, probably because you know how it is with the inspector. The bank's got to make sure that it's all whipped in. But the owners, I was listening to them, not on purpose, but I was sitting next to him. That's why. Just thinking about you, sweetie, and getting everybody moved and all kinds of all you, just all the people I just want to make my rounds and all the new people too. Oh, man, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Oh, I get like a little child, like a little child. That's what keeps me. I could never go back to that, people. No. No, you can put your faith in the good Lord and have trust that what I'm telling you is true. It's it's measurable. It's tangible. It's sustainable. It's provable. Day in day out. It's grease lightning. So, anyway, so yeah, so I'm heading down to California. Gosh, I pray for Kelly too. I'm heading down. Me and Don stay in a motel. Um, and we're in there for a while, and Donnie. He comes up with something real. He very observant. That young man. He says, "Dad, Grandma kept saying over and over, yeah, you don't want to go down there, Donnie." Telling my son when because he was he would she'd come get him and try to brainwash him and stuff while I was uh, wrapping things up there, and she said, "Dad, like I said, he's reserved. He doesn't." And I don't pick his name. What did Grandma tell you? I've never been that way. That's how they know. That's why they're not brainwashed. Because see, they know. See, all the stuff that she was saying behind my back, just like other people, when they talk crap behind your back, they can do that so long. But if they start to exercise their own truth, logic, and common sense. Thank you, Uncle Ted. Once they start to use their own senses, they go, "Wow, maybe we're not spinning," or maybe they'll go like, maybe they'll go merry-go-round. We're getting off this damn thing. I'm. They go, "Wow, maybe he's not none of." You see, it'll happen on its own. Truth is like love. It's gonna find a way. It's love, light, and life, and law. Without the law, we wouldn't know sin. Without sin, we wouldn't know what. And would have had their cake and eat it too, but they just pride and ego, people. Pride and ego. So I don't pick it. Never picked. I never did that, and they knew that too. That was the other thing. See, that was the other thing. The other people trying to pick their brain about me. But why isn't my dad trying to? He doesn't, because he doesn't give up about what the you got us about any of what he's doing. Even if some of what he's doing is what you're saying and mocking him over is right and out of line and foul, because the majority of it, and they knew my heart, my achy breaky heart. No. so so they know, and those children know. And even with the separation that was there, well, there they are. Look, she pays for the phone. And I'm not bragging. If it wasn't for her, thank the good Lord. She's my prayer warrior. And even though that she's been stabbing him up, oh God. And I see what's going on. And I used to hold him as a little child and that, and they fucking were studying him like a rat. Excuse my language. And they were watching me because they knew, the lady knew that I knew what was going on, and I swear, I'm gonna tell you all about it, whether we're actually sleeping next to each other or not. But I got to be careful because they watch and they're gonna be, oh, what is that all about? I said, I told you. These, well, don't. That's my. Maybe you're brainwashed. Okay, fine. And still they love and we love and it only we stay angry just for a small, and I don't get angry for very long anymore, but because that brainwashing, because they're into that, they're, it's not just the raise a child up, yes, but then they have their own, and oh, it's so dangerous, people. We must pray for our children. And it was my dropping the ball in those little areas here and there, which were kind of big areas, and neglect in some areas of emotional neglect cause them not to trust me fully in that area where they aren't, and she's getting them because I can see it. I see the direct result of what it's doing to them. I see it in their ads. I watch them. It just like what it just like it's demonic. It's almost like a personality disorder. It's just a snap, crackle, and pop. And I'm like, man. And so if I didn't have my stuff together, my head out of my own or someone else's behind, I wouldn't know, and was seek ye first the kingdom, which is coming. And it comes right down through us. And here it is. And so you're able to see it and you're like, okay, you'd flip out. You'd be like, oh man, and you'd snap going, what the shut the giddy. And I'd be gone. I'd be long gone. But I'm understanding it. And so the Lord says, yes, and this is why I wanted you to stay here. So that you can love them. Because when he's loving, he's so loving most of the time. But man, when it'll snap, it just snaps. That's what happens when they give you those. When they give you those, oh man, those old. They start shooting those lawn darts. That's what's going on, man. It's messing you up. It's messing everybody up. Beloved, please don't do it. Don't go for it. Please, 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 please. If nothing else, you can believe it. You can spin that thing on your damn toe all you want. That's all right. Just don't get caught up in that alien thing because that's what they want. Because then, and that's okay too. If as long as you still believe that there was a creator, well then they created them. Okay, how about that? We'll use that for we have other flocks to tend to. There we go. There, that's fine. But you weren't spawned from you didn't get spawned from them. Then they also were created. How about that? And they've done the same thing to their planet that we've done to our Earth. Okay, Nanu Namnu. And Obama phone home. So then there you go. Then great, perfect, great. There you go. We all serve the same master. That's why they look like us. So they got eyes. That's why they got the little slot. Okay, great. We'll go there because of all the things they could have dreamt up. Do you see how slick this step deception is? Do you see? Huh? One-eyed Molly. Oh God, do you see? People. Yes. It's not. Yeah, it's not chess. You're trying to. He's going to use the foolish to confound the wise, the least likely, so he gets the credit and the glory. That's right. That's what's taking place. That's part of its mocking. It's mocking that it thought it was going to just take all the souls that it has lied to, even the fools that are still bowing their heads. Amen to their little god that's just been slapped up. It's just just some little shit eating runt. That's all it is. And they bow to it and they kiss its little ass, its ring. It's this, yeah. Oh, as it pontificates, it rolls up its nice little shit sandwiches for it. Yeah, you people. And then it's got you all apostate people just sodomizing. Oh, praise God. Hallelujah. It says, not all that says, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. It says, but didn't we prophesy in your name? Didn't we cast out demons? Didn't we? He says, away from me, you who practice lawlessness. I never knew you. But see, here's the thing. The Lord said, oh, but see, I did because they had oil in their lamps. But what they did is they started that little, be good, be good, be good, be good, Johnny 3:16, Judah death. That's right. Oh, they know scripture. Oh, that you think that? Oh, look, he moved to Texas. Isn't that? Look how. Oh, isn't that patriotic of him? Here, roll up another joint, you dick shit. Smoke some of that. Puff on some of that. He's laughing and laughing and laughing. Really, a lot of them, they're not laughing anymore. We're done with this. We know. Look, it's mocking. It's telling us every. He's telling us everything it's been telling us. It's trumping our Trump. There's a new. It's all. This is a. There's a. Molly met its match. Now it's 3. It's not 2 anymore. Oh, 2 can play at that. Where 2 or more gather. Now there's people are waking up, folks. Oh no, it's there's been a big, 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 big deception going on, and the pride and ego are going to cause the individuals to do what they've done for thousands of years. What do you mean thousands of years? Jesus Christ is only blood for what 2030 some whatever. Yeah, it's probably 10,000, but yeah, he about 2030 something probably. Yeah, right. Yeah, just the biggest. Just connect it, and all you have to do is seek, and you know that's it. That's all it is. It's not even. It's the pride. It's the ego that's gonna keep people from going. I'll just go ahead and hang on to that. She said, and Lot said, "Come on, sweetheart, let's go. Leave your stuff. It says right there. Oh, don't you? Those that are on the roof, those that are out in the field, leave. Just leave it. Don't you dare. If you're led to go." What they say, they just wanted to follow so close that the dust from his saddles would just settle on their cloaks, their garments, to follow that close. Greater things than these you shall do, or not. Faith come by what? Hearing. And the just shall live by, huh? And we can just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But they're going to John 3:16 you, frame you right in. Beautiful scripture verse. Beautiful. Beautiful, beloved John 3:16. Oh yes. You might want to read and not be caught up in what all these sun worshiping, brainwashed. Oh, a lot of them, their hearts are in the right spot. But remember what he said. Not everybody that said, but didn't we do all these things? And he says, well, didn't I send you that boat, that helicopter? And dum, you're not hearing you're not sensing the season that we're in. No, you won't know the time nor hour, but you'll know the season you're in. Boy, that fruit. You'll know good fruit. You'll know when it's ripe right on the vine. Oh, it's just. You're either a cluster hanging out someone's ass, or you see what I'm. It just depends. It's all. Oh, but that great white throne. Oh, and there's that that wine press, it's a treading, it's a coming, it's a floppity flop flop, floppity flop flop. Here comes Santa. You're gonna hear, you're gonna hear him. Oh yeah. So, oh Stephen, Stephen. So he's a prince in my Aryan thing. He's one I'm gonna go ahead and gussy up for. So Elon, he's the one I wanna see my reflection in him. That's right. He's got my vote. Hey, he wanted to piss in that bottle, so there you go. I told you we needed piss police, didn't I? God, it's a mess going up and down I-5. Made that trek so many times. I honestly, I couldn't. I'm going to say safely because I am heading to Reading. We are going to stay on track. That's right. I got my highlighter, Jesse. I've made that trek. I've made that trek past, Seven Feathers. We all got to know each other real well at Seven Feathers. And no, never, not the casino. On the other side of the freeway, depending on what side, the left, you know, depending on, sometimes you got to go left to get right, sometimes the right. But Seven Feathers, nevertheless. So made that trek many times, probably 137 times, easily in that short amount of time I was there. Well, hey, those golfers, those disc golfers, they wanted that. He goes, "Do you realize, Roy, where your candy is at?" And I says, "I have no idea." And he goes, "Well, I'm almost certain across, it's everywhere. Oh, it's all over. Probably all over the face of the earth. A little here and there in pockets." I said, "Really?" He goes, "Oh yeah, but definitely all over because I've been selling it to my trucking buddies, and those hams, boy, I'll tell you, I told you we'd get a good on that skip, old disc skip. Talk about disc golfing, right there, Forrest, as he's in the middle, getting his back tickled. Gosh, if I would have just found out sooner. But that peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it was a nice gesture. I'm kind of hungry. I'm getting hungry. Uh, yeah, 137 times easy. So we're heading down. We're in the motel, and my son says, "Dad, Grandma, she was wrong because they were playing this Taurus deal, and we were there for a while. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't watch a lot of secular stuff, and and um, and starting less and less, but still screwing up, like old Pinocchio." Um, he says, the ad here says that, because it's talking about Shasta Lake and all the stuff to, get the tourists all warmed up for all the different stuff and just all kinds of stuff to do in Shasta County, or there was before the big bite of Seattle came rolling in, and oh washing their feet. You better clean up your act. Oh, at the gates of hell. So there it was at Ryther, right at the gates of hell. So, and I seen that demon. He ran right past. I know it was. I know it wasn't Mr. L. They do exist. Don't think. We're gonna. Don't worry. You'll see. I just love you enough. I'm hoping that you just, and you. I have faith. Been with you for a while. I remember that old bike, that first bike, the one that was the girl's bike, the white one with the seat, the banana seat, out in the snow, big old chain on it. Remember? Uh, he says it doesn't rain at all here as much as it does up there, and I says, well, I didn't say this, but I wanted to, and so now I will. The devil is Lucifer, I'll just say the devil because it's all the same. They're all the same, cut from the same cloth. Doesn't matter what vehicle they travel. Lucifer, Satan, the dragon, Beelzebub, you know, the serpent is the father of lies. Sonny boy. I used to call him Son. Son One Fun. Because that song came out back there when he ran around. And Leonard Daniil's the one that died of AIDS. The mass child molester, the sicko that would do sick things. It was going to put the kids on timeout till I found out who the hell it was. That Chris Nias had hired. God, it's amazing I can remember them names. Whoa, it's just. I know the highlighter, but can I remember to stay on track? I got you, Jess. I love you, bro. But quit now. um, he's like it rains less than 300. It's let's see, what did he say? And they did it, played over and over. It was he said, we got to go check all these places out. And I was getting him signed up for school. And I met this guy named Joey. They called him Maui, and he ended up hooking me up with his ex, that just for a place to live, sweetheart. And I moved in. Me and Donnie moved in their spare 2 rooms, big old house, down in almost in Anderson, but Reading, off of. Matter of fact, I made good friends with the guy right down the road from off Bonneview Towing, Dave from Dave's Towing, and I know him real well. He'll be in the story here real soon. So Dave, I'm gonna add you in the story. Haven't given me permission, but I already know, and I got to go down and see you and your brother and your parents. I apologize. I know I'm just making excuses, so I'm not even gonna go there. Um, so we moved right around from Bonneview, and right across from it, strawberry fields forever. From a strawberry field, one of many. God, they grow awesome down there in Reading. And little Asian couple, and then a golf course that I met this nice couple. This wife and his wife and husband taught me how to. They were like, man, you're pretty good. I was nailing them. I wasn't very consistent. So we were down from the golf course and by the river, and awesome fishing. Now I'm gonna get off track if I start going with the awesome fishing they have in Reading on that Shasta that Sac River. Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! Beautiful, huge trout. Okay, stop it. Um, we'll we'll get there because once I start fishing, people, oh, talk about a fisher for souls. Um, So of course we moved down there. He's in school. That she has a few children. Then she has another guest house out back. Beautiful place. He has another little place not far from, right across the street from the jail down in Reading, which is going to come into play. And so uh, I need to get some more coffee, man. I'm gonna have to cut this here short because what I'm gonna have to do, and this is just the way it's been going. There's stuff that comes up, and then so I feel I have to fill in the get the weft of the warp. We got to weft in our warp cord, and then we just roll with it, and this is what happens. Okay? And so I love you, Millie. Oh man. Mm. I remember I've just before I've smelt it because I know you're not real tough, but I can just smell you. That's what I meant when I said I can smell you. It wasn't nasty like in the light, like Silence of the Lamb, nasty bastards like that. It was like, although, you know, no, but yeah, it was just you, just what your body smells like. Um, so I know that might be creepy to some, so I apologize, but As far as I know, she is my wife until I get that. Until, she slaps me now because she's telling me, well, I thought you said you weren't going to do this. So I got high hopes, and so that's just what you know, and I'm just dead set about that, and I am going to have a good birthday. That's it. I know it, and that's all there is to it. And then before then once I know from you, from my beautiful beloved's mouth, and you say you say my name, just say what you want to say, and then it's good. Then if we need a little extension, if that's what you want, I'm hoping not, but because I'm working for that, I'm working, and then that's fine. Whatever, we can do that, but otherwise, just turn me loose. Turn me loose. That's Loverboy. Yeah, that's Loverboy. I was gonna say it's Squire. No, same era, but that's what'll happen after that if I don't hear nothing. And I hear, and yes, I know, baby girl, I do hear you. And yes, I know, but I need to hear your voice. Your voice. I need to speak to you, please. Just, I gotta go check that mail too, because I don't. Anyway, so, and then that'll be that. So we'll be on her. And then, like I said, I'm still going where I'm going and doing what I'm doing. They're not going to stop us. They're not going to stop you either. I know that. And everything's going to be good. Yes, Tori, don't worry, sweetie. We got her. We're going to pray for her, pray for you always in your new move and all that. And you're better, which I haven't heard you say anything, which is, I know, that's okay. That's between you and the good Lord, but I'm always praying for all your interest, that and also the simple but mighty prayer of Jabez, because I always pray, always, for your the enlargement of your territory, and that he would enlarge your territory, and not only that, but bless you indeed, and keep you and your family and uh, all your interest from evil and causing evil. That's why I prayed over my own children to keep me from, and I didn't even know what I was doing. The Lord said, "Oh, but I did, and it worked because your heart was in the right spot because you knew, not that you were an animal or a freak. Don't get that, but that I knew that I didn't had received the same nurturing that I needed to give them, and that's why they're suffering. Now you're seeing it right now, and a little overeating, and because I've taught him that too, because I've gobbled it up. And that's it too. Mine started because I had to hurt, and I've always had, and I had to fight for my food when I was a kid. I had to fight, and after a while, they knew that they might have got my food, but they weren't eating it. I'll tell you that, and it wasn't gonna be nice. I know that, and after a while, people figured that out. They said those Steens, they're no punks. It was sad it had to be that way, but you ain't getting my Scooby snack. I'll tell you that right now. And that's why we call him Scrappy Doo. He was the original Scrappy, one of the original ones. He ain't no joke. Like I said, this guy he could get up and so quick and just so fast that you wouldn't even believe what hit you. Just crack, and he might even wait for you to just, and he'll just move around. You might be quick. Oh, you might be all this and that, but I'm telling you, he's, and with the proper training, he would have been just world class in his weight for 2, probably 3 years, easy, just maybe longer, but he would have been mopping all you people up. Oh yeah, all you little Rogaines and all that. Oh, if he wanted to, he'd just shatter your grill. He could. I've seen him hop up in the air and hit somebody so quick and just ruin their dental career. Just like you wouldn't believe. But if he happened to even kind of remotely like you, then he would just bust up probably break your nose. But he'd say too, something's gonna get broke. Doesn't matter if you whoop his ass, something's getting broke. I always thanked him, thank you, brother. And he goes, well, I love you, bro. I just had to kick your ass because you were drunk and running your mouth. I said, "Oh, thank you, man." He says, "When you're not, you always get a couple good ones in, but then I end up having to kick your ass." And I said, "And thank you very much for it because I really like my teeth." And he goes, "Yes, and I like your teeth too." Oh, God, I love my brother. He's such a good boy. Anyway, so, yeah, but anyway, yeah, I meet Bonneview Towing, meet the guy. He's like, "Move into our house." He's, get out of that house. They're paying you too much rent. She's charging. I go, "Yeah, but my son plays with her kids." And he's like, "Well, just, think about it." And something ended up happening. I won't add yet. I'll add a little bit later because I might want to try to give him a call and see if it's okay to add this. I just remembered this little addition to the deal, and I don't know if it's still in process for him, uh, concerning something that is. I don't want to foul up, because when you foul up a plug in a well like that truck. Oh, it was clacking out there like oh man, almost 2 hours. I had that heat just blaring. Oh man, he gave me a nice piece. But anyway, so yeah, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to foul up his little thing. Um, and so my son, he got to be kind of good friends with. She had, let's see, she had a friend also. One, two, three. She had how many kids? There was a lot of kids. There was a lot of younger teenagers, and then older children. And a pretty big house. Um, and they were from Hawaii. And they called old Joey Maui. I met him, like I said, I met him at the shelter. And this shelter, I stayed there for a little while, but he that's why he said, "You got to get out of here." I was like, "This place isn't," and I'm going to bring this up too, and hopefully it won't get me slapped down, but on the because it ties in with Bethel and just some weird crap that's going on there in Shasta County. Um, uh, but yeah, so he's like, "Yeah, yeah, we'll get you out of here." They had just moved from Maui, and they separated. He had his own little bungalow there right by the jail, like I said, which is going to come into play. And but he wanted us out of the motel because he knew I was paying way too much for, and he could tell I was a decent guy, obviously, because I'd go to the shelter. That's where I'd go to find my weed that I was now smoking. And a matter of fact, he was who I was getting it from, and then there was all kinds of people, and then he was just one of many. When if he wasn't around, and I just got to know a bunch of people, and they'd serve down there, and then like I said, they would in the morning time they would take people up to Bethel, and Bethel would serve on Sunday mornings a really nice breakfast. So thank you, shout out to all the volunteers that would volunteer up there, on that Sunday service. Of course, I think they might even have done more than one because it was you know morning, afternoon, and evening service. But yeah, that was a nice a blessing to have that. And so we ended up moving from we moved from her house. We didn't go to Dave's Bonneview. We didn't move at his place. Where did we go? Oh, that's right. We moved to another motel. We moved to another motel right across from, not far from Jolly Green, where I was starting to sell at the uh, flea market there. That was called Jolly Green. Jolly Green Giant is what it was called. Jolly Green Giant. I was Matter of fact, I'm almost at 3 hours now, and I was only going to do two. I'll just kind of wrap this up a little bit. I was selling at the Jolly Green Giant. I was living at a motel not far down the road, still in Reading. And then I'm going to have to wrap this up because I'm going to get. I already know this is. It's going to be. I mean, I'm going to have a couple hours to tie in this little area before uh, Ralph comes back into the picture and all the stuff that's going on. So I'm going to need some time, and I don't want to just haphazardly brush over anything that uh, I wouldn't normally because of the lack of time. Okay, so I love you. I love you, Millie. And so, like I said, please ring a ding ding if you can. Something, please. 253-441-6171. Or I think my email is Steen Roy, not Roy Steen. That was the last one. I had to change it all the time because is always on there changing past when because I'm a simpleton, and when it knows that, it'll do stuff and it gets jealous, and so you got to chase stuff around and you forget things and you have to make new accounts. You have to do this, do that, and all kinds of, and it's just uncalled for and preventable. And oh man, so I think it's a Steen Roy 49 at Gmail. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But please just give me a call, will you? Or just get on there with Tori or something and just let me know. Say, no, this is actually who my husband is. This is who I was referring to. I believe it was me. I believe that photo she was talking about was me. I could be, and this could be, I could be so vain. That's right. That's fine. I'll be that vain until you let me know, or the 20 before then, or the 20th. So, okay, I got to get on. What the heck is this? So anyway, I'm gonna let you go, sweetheart. Um, oh, they're going. Maybe that was my sign because they're gonna start in 30 minutes. The cutting edge or midnight ride or something like that. So I love you, sweetheart. And like I said, I get it. I understand. And I'm not trying to. I ain't gonna patronize. I'm not gonna sit and blow smoke. I don't do that. I don't do that to try to win favor or anything. I'm gonna tell you. It's like I said about the young lady that had that one instrument that, like, I think that was a water instrument or something. It made that. And what like a Wi-Fi, that sci-fi deal, not Wi-Fi. That's that little Wi-Fi. Where is it? There it is. That little thing, like Tor said, maybe that's how. I don't know. They've been doing some weird. They just are trying to keep us from hooking up. That's it. And I'm not talking about in just matrimony. I'm talking about in literal and fit and in spiritual, because we're literally we're moving mountains. All right. Well, I love you. And 30 minutes, they're going to go on. I got to get the boy's going to be back anyway. The boys are back in town. He's going to be back because they left. Remember the one scratch on the door? I knew he was ready to come in. So they're going to get. And just for you, in case you didn't know, and you might have not cared, but I'm just going to tell you because I love you. I want to add this little detail because remember, keep your yes yes, no's no's, unless you're led to. Tawana dropped her off down there at on her way to drop off the boy on her way to work or something at Rite Aid to do so. Oh no, she went to H&R Block, and then I had to go pick her up at Rite Aid after my test. So that and honestly, if you want to know the truth, I had forgot because I was preoccupied, and so I went the back way, and she's like, "Daddy, remember I'm going to be at H&R Block." And which is right there on 224th, right by where I said I seen that. See, tell me there's no God. See, there's that, and that's what we're gonna get to. We're gonna get to Jerry Reynolds soon. No UFOs. I got it right here, right there, right where I turned at 224th, where I seen that. Picked her up, and I was heading back from. So anyway, it might not be insignificant. It might seem insignificant to you, but I could do this all day. Okay, I love you. Thank you, and yeah, I feel your prayers. And please, sweetheart, I know I could spend all my time here just talking to you. Um, and knowing how maybe I'm just trying to make you feel more comfortable to just do what has to be done. You have to just say something to me, yourself. I just want to hear your beautiful little voice. And it doesn't it's not gonna it won't ever be bad news for me. It might be disappointing, but I made my mind up a long time ago, and like I said, it's high time. So let's ride. Okay, I love you. So have a good day, and I shall return hopefully tomorrow if I don't just keep doing this, burning it up. If I don't, like I said, I'll do what I can to let you know where I'm at. Take a little picture here and there, so I'm not gonna. I would never cheat on you, honey. I'm not like that. You already know by now. I'm faithful and plumb, just and true. Um, because I know that I know that what my due diligence is going to get me. I already know it's already happening, and so it wouldn't be a cheap trick anyway. That wouldn't be a cheap trick. That wouldn't have nothing. It would just be. It would happen. It would just happen. People go, "Are you serious? You let that?" So, and some people just have different tastes. They grow out of. For me, it's you know I would have I in my heart I truly knew you would it would have been different. It would have been fireworks. It would it might have been bottle rockets in some senses, but definitely Roman candles in other senses, and then all together it would have been like you'd have been like, hey man, that's fine with me, man. You can fluff my pillow any day, young man. You can just and I like and I you can call old man, young man, you can call me what you want. You can call me and you can call me, well, don't call me that, but or just whatever, just call me. Yeah. Hello. Is okay, I gotta go because I'm being a fool and a fool for Jew, for the city. Who was that? All right, I'm gonna go check out what they got going, and oh, you guys, I can feel those prayers. It's amazing on what our Father's doing. Thank you, Yahweh, Abba, Heavenly Jehovah. Oh, what a blessing, people. And that's why you see the twinkle in my eye because I'm in love. I'm in love. Remember that song? That song, I'm in love. Yeah, I am in love. I'm in love, and I want the world to know about it. Because when we first go out together, we barely knew each other. We had no intentions on becoming lovers, but at no time at all, you became my girl. Me and you one on one against the world. I was talking on the telephone for hours at a time, which I was at your house and you was in mine. But we don't want to come. Then came the problems and all kind of arguments. Oh no, because when it came to love, we had everything in common. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. That's way before your time, sweetie. I'm sure. I love you. Okay, let's see. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna go. Just go, but never say goodbye.